Hey, welcome to the next episode of the Hive with Us podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Daniel Martinez. Today, I have a special guest, Mr. David Pupo. Please go check out his other interview. If it's not before or after this, please go watch it. I did another interview with him, so please go check it out. But this episode is more about deal breakdown. We talk about cool, interesting stories. So what is your cool, interesting story that we want to talk about today?
Yeah, I would love to be able to share with you guys property that we were able to say that was our largest deal to date. And that was awesome in terms of it was a real estate wholesale deal, right? And this was back in like the heyday. It's crazy saying heyday was 2021, right? But back when you could see all of these hedge funds coming in and buying in the droves, right? So back in 2021, we were doing very heavy Facebook advertisements and pay-per-click here in the state of Florida, right? So we get a guy in Miami who wants to be able to sell his property. And we knew immediately, he was like, hey, there's some work that needs to be done, but not a crazy amount. All I really want is that I just want to know that I've been able to sell the property. I want an offer and I'll accept the offer. I just want a few months to be able to move out. And I was like, that's like an easy no-brainer for us, right? So we were able to get him this was a Facebook ad actually in Miami. So when we got him, we just like had that conversation. It was just a few days after, honestly. This guy it's an ideal seller. He was decisive, he was quick, and asked any questions that he wanted. We answered them and he was ready to proceed, right? So we bought a townhouse over in Miami for only $180,000, and the property was in good shape. The townhouse was in pretty good shape. So
this show is sponsored by HiveMind CRM. It is more than just a CRM. It is a real estate and business mastermind that comes with an all-in-one CRM. You can have unlimited websites and users. You can call, text, RVM, and email all in one user interface. And you can set up custom automations for any type and multiple businesses. 65% of companies start using a CRM system within the first 5 years of business. Once implemented, the HiveMind will save you on marketing, give you more time, and make more money. One of our users had his first $100,000 month using our system in June. We want to see you automate and accelerate your business. Text us at 210-972-1842 for future meetings, and of course to get our $1 course on how to make more than 6 figures on one land deal. You can schedule your free demo today at HiveMindCRM.io.
I think it only needed to be a deep clean. He did leave a lot of stuff there. So we did have to pay for a company to come and do it, like a dumpster clean out for the property. But what we were able to do with that, this is when that model of wholesaling was really still there, right? Buy it for a wholesale price, sell it for a retail value. And what we did there, it was awesome, man. This is when Opendoor was just like, I had a good rep and they were just asking us consistently, hey, send us deals. But at that time, Opendoor wanted to make sure that you were the deed owner. You couldn't just assign it to them, and they would not. They really, we did one double close with them, and they were not cool with it. So they asked if we were going to work with them in the future, because that other deal that we did, another deal that we did with them, we made like 40 on it. So I was like, I am not biting this hand. Like, we'll take down the property and we'll sell it to you like 7 to 10 days later, right? So we took down this property with some private lending. And yeah, we resold it over to Opendoor for literally $360,000. So we were able to essentially double the amount that we bought it for and what we sold it for. And that was gangbusters, man. It was a really great ride when it came to those hedge funds, but I knew that model only worked in one direction. And hopefully, it worked for us. We were in and out of it pretty quickly, but I don't know if Opendoor was able to resell that or not before the turn happened.
I think one of the cool things about that when that strategy came up is that who cares? It's their money, not here.
Yeah, man. And we would have people saying all the time, well, don't you care that they're like rising all the prices and stuff like that? I'm like, well, if they're buying it for me for $360 and I'm selling to them $180, I don't care what they raise it up to. That just meant I was making more money. Why would I care about that?
Yeah, and this I think a lot of people, they want to like it's so wrong of you to make money and capitalize on the market. I'm like, me as an individual cannot determine if it's going up or down. I don't control that. So if I'm going to make money on if it's going up or down, that's on me. And I think a lot of people, there was and to side note, this is kind of on the same stigma. That somebody tweeted the other day, I was like, oh, somebody was giving him, this guy, person heat for worker exploitation. And I commented back, I was like, if you don't want to believe in worker exploitation, just throw away your iPhone. Anything made in China, just don't even use anything made in China if you don't want to support worker exploitation. So it's one of those things.
And it's an investment. Some of them you hit really heavy on. I'm not gonna lie. That was one of our biggest ones that is the biggest one we've ever done. More stuff than not. I'm solving a lot more headaches, right? And I'm making average of $12,000 to $15,000 per deal, and I'm dealing and I'm clearing out a whole bunch where probably at one point or another, this property was either going to get foreclosed on, the city was going to come in and condemn properties, they had to deal with probates. I'm the one that gets them all those team members to be able to clear those things out, and we've been able to help out a lot of lives. And that, I love being able to say we did one really great deal, but what I always like to be able to do really is share good stories. How are we helping people out? And I mean, I tell sellers all the time, you can imagine, I am not St. Jude's. I am not a nonprofit. Like, I am real estate investing. I'm an investor. So I do look for profit. And if you say it up front, more people are, they're cool with it. It's not a shocker.
And I'm really glad you mentioned that too, because one thing we're doing now is we're disclosing, like, we'll talk to agents and like, yeah, we're investors. We're looking for a profit. Is there any type of spread we can make on this? If not, I understand. Like, is a seller in some type of situation where they need to liquidate? Like, it happens. Yeah. It's not even like shamed upon or frowned upon. It just happens. Divorce, death, probate, like all that stuff happens. So it's not even a bad thing. It's just the way the market turns. And like I said, the people we're trying to help, they're few and far between. Which is, if you want full price, go to the agent.
And I'm telling you, the guy for this deal, like, I asked him what he wanted. He told me 180, and I was like, I mean, okay, I'll give you the 180, because at that time, this is when things like within 2 months could exponentially go up, right? Yeah. So we originally were seeing it at about between like 315 to 320 for that property, and then between the time that we got under contract at that time, we got 2 new properties that closed, and that just gave us a new now benchmark that allowed us to make more money on it. And that was spec, luck. I would call it spec luck. I didn't bank on that, but I mean, it worked out, right?
It's easy to make money on an upward market.
Yeah, agreed. And this is that time right now where people really need to take that little bit of time to talk with their CPAs, make sure that their expenses are dialed in, that they got their KPIs, their key performance indicators dialed in. Because this is going to be that market where the dust is still a little up. It's settled from what we saw in like August and like September of 2022. That was like, a sandstorm, right? Everything's going crazy. The dust is now settling a little bit, but it is not settled. So we're curious to see how things are going right now.
People find you online. And this is a great story, man. I like that. It's good stuff.
Yeah, man. That was, like I said, it's great to be able to, the guy gave me his price, so that's awesome. But then, worked a lot with the hedge funds while they could do it. Where you could find me, very easy, guys. As you can imagine, David Pupo is not a hard first and last name. You're going to find like 2 or 3 other me, probably in the nation. But you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I put my handle right there. So at Dollars with David. And then we got tripleoffer.com, and that's part of our coaching program. So you can find me at tripleoffer.com.
There you go. I hope you enjoy this episode. We'll see you for the next one. If the market's going your way, hop in.
Yeah, man.
If it's not, take a little bit more due diligence.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hey guys, we hope you're appreciating this content. One thing that we're doing right now is we've been running a campaign since we started in real estate 3.5 years ago that's produced several leads that have made $100,000 and above. We were about to shut that campaign down so that we can start to focus on $1 million land deals, but we're gonna go ahead and open it up to the public. The program is called Hive Leads. So we're gonna provide those leads that we were getting passively, and the way that it works is that you get a text message right on your cell phone when the seller fills out the form on our website. You immediately call them, and it's somebody that's interested in selling their property right away. We're opening that up to the general public. We're still working on pricing. If you're interested, fill out the form below this video, and we will reach out to you and see if you're a fit for our program.